Got folks waiting? All right. I am learning stuff. Okay. So the market moved up. The bulls got what they wanted. Remember, their mouths were watering. They wanted to get things back up. So let's look at the charts real quick here. You can see that the bulls, I'm going to draw on the chart instead. The bulls were able to get, oh, that's died. Sorry, guys. Okay, so you can see that the bulls were able to get the market to spike up right here. You see that? And we got some new highs popping in right as we got up there. And if we look over at this chart here and we sort of line it up, you know, they didn't quite get it up there. This is, however, Friday, so I think seeing a sweep up like that, I saw a lot of response from traders. You take what you can get going into a weekend. I think that's probably good enough. So what's coming up next? It's to look at the motivation of the bears, since, you know, they were sort of waiting for things to move up. So let's take a look at what we have here. Well, they didn't, you know, we had some troubles right here, here, and here. So what's going to happen is the bears are going to have to push the bulls out of the way or just simply get themselves positioned. I think the thing that the bears would not want is to see the bulls pick up some liquidity moving into the weekend. That would imply that tension would continue to rise. And look at that as the bulls were able to do this. So consider if we moved into next week and this continued to move up, that the bulls would able to drive that up. And you see how far they have to go before this gets to zero? I mean, just look at that distance. So if the bulls were able to take control, this is how far up the bulls would have to drive it before the market even got close to zero. That's a long ways to move, and you'd see a lot of price incline from that. So I don't think that the bears would really want the bulls to get into that position, because you can see kind of how far that is moving up. As for the bears right now, there's not a whole lot to be done. I mean, they have both the daily and the 30 down. They've got everything they want. And whenever you have everything you want, you get this sort of passive and possibly complacent attitude that they have to be careful about. Missing liquidity, letting things move, you start to look at elasticity. And we've seen this. That's sort of what's developing here, is elasticity when you have them step out of the way and the bulls pick it up. Now, what we don't have is bulls buying liquidity. If we did, I would right now be saying this market's elastic. Get ready for bulls driving this up until the bears take it off their hands and rip it back down. But we don't have that. So keep your eye out for that moving into Monday. Elasticity, bulls picking up either decay, retest, or velocity, and then the bears continuing to stay on the sidelines. That would drive things up. It would absolutely release tension and get this up closer, and then we'd look for the bears showing up as tension got closer. Otherwise, right now, I think the bears are still in control. The bulls haven't picked up liquidity. The bulls basically got what they wanted, spiking things up, letting out a lot of their buddies who are possibly holding on. I think that would have been a terrible decision. So I think this is over. We're going into the weekend. The mindset of all the big players is Monday. Are we going to get tension up to zero? Is it going to go through zero? How's the possibility space going to look? And that's going to be determined, you know, by where they get positioned. So hopefully this helps to see how things are shifting now. We have motivation for the bulls moving out. They got what they wanted. The bears sort of here. So hopefully, you know, providing both sides will be useful for you to make a decision going into the weekend. I personally am not going to hold anything into this weekend. I want to see something happen Monday before I make any choices. I want to see those bulls pick up liquidity and the bears just sort of step back and be like, oh, you guys go for it, and then we get that elastic market. That would motivate me to hold on to it long. Otherwise, if the bears Monday short it and the bulls just miss, I think you know what's going to happen. We'll probably see some slow grinds moving down, and that's because tension's already pretty far away from zero. You know, 30%. It can go all the way to 70, but at this point, it's going to be a lot of pushing. So my expectation for bears on Monday being in control would be more of a grind, some sweeps and grinds. You know, that would be what I expect. So I hope this helps, guys. Good luck trading.